Hey, what is going on, guys? Arashi here, back in with another upload. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Star Wars Acolyte Episode 6. And let me tell you this, I'm going to start by prefacing this. This episode was so boring that I legitimately fell asleep towards about the last 10-15 minutes of the episode. I'm not kidding you, I've been so tired from writing my own comic book and stuff like that, and then I've been doing a whole bunch of other just life in general things, and I've just been exhausted recently, and especially with the whole comic book thing and, storyboarding and all that stuff. But I fell asleep during this episode, and then I woke up and Smilo Ren had his shirt off. And it's just an awkward situation going on with this, because I fell asleep and then I look up and then this is all I saw. This is legitimately all I saw. Freeze frame. I was like, what's going on? And then on top of that, Osha, the character, this guy, so let's get this straight. Quamir just killed about 10 different Jedi right in front of Osha. And he brings her back to his place, like his little planet, wherever he's stationed at. And he's his little hideout almost. And she follows him around, and eventually he gets out of this pond after just taking a bath, I guess. And the first thing that happens is they kind of start flirting in a way. And it's just so weird. Like I see a lot of people talking about it's a thirst trap episode. I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick like that. We have had sexual references in Star Wars before, but it was just super awkward after this guy, Quamir, just took out about 10 of her Jedi friends and her just overall friends in general, and now in a way they are both flirting with one another. That is just super duper awkward. That's weird. It just doesn't feel like, I feel like it was just too far. Like, it just doesn't belong in Star Wars with something like this. It felt like a CW thing. I mean, story-wise, Star Wars Acolyte has to just be piss poor awful. I mean, I can't necessarily explain it any more than that. I mean, the fights, yeah, that's cool, but that doesn't cover up a bad story. I mean, why the hell is Osha flirting with Quamir after he literally just slaughtered all of her friends and other Jedi and tried to kill her sister right before her eyes, and now all of a sudden they are flirting? And man, this show, it's just... the writing, I can't even speak right now. The writing is just so freaking bad. And as I said, the budget obviously was not spent anywhere near writing and acting. Honestly, outside of the character who plays Soul, there's no good actor. It's crazy to me because the two main characters, or the main character of the show, Osha and May, the whole point, the Acolyte themselves, they're supposed to be acolytes, right? They're terrible. They're horrible characters. Like, if you were to just take this show and remove both those characters, the show would go from like a 3 or a 2 out of 10 to at least a 5 or a 6 out of 10. And I'm not crapping you here. I mean, if you remove them, they just are so unbelievable and unlikable. I mean, they change motivations at the drop of a freaking hat. May goes from saying, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and allow myself to be arrested, to now she wants to assassinate Soul and take out whatever Jedi they're going to next on Coruscant. And then you have Osha, who was just, with the Jedi, saying that the Jedi are my friends, you killed my friends and all that stuff. And then not even an episode later, she wants to freaking have sex with the guy who just killed all of her friends. Like, what is going on here? Like, can we, like, what? What? It doesn't make any freaking sense. If this show was real, Osha would be trying to at least take out Quamir right now. I mean, she would have probably been fighting him this entire episode if that is how this show would have actually been, if there was strong writing behind it. And also, too, when it comes back to Quamir, we also still need an explanation for who trained him. We know that he is a Jedi or a former Jedi, but who trained him in a dark side of the Force? Maybe we get an explanation for that within the last 2 episodes, but there's 8 episodes, thank God, and we're already on episode 6, so thankfully in 2 weeks I won't have to watch this dumb show anymore. I mean, even a character as Soul, who I said was one of the best characters of the show towards the beginning, but now he's really starting to make me upset and I'm not liking his character. I mean, it just still doesn't make any sense why Soul or anybody has not told the Jedi about what's going on over here, and why hasn't someone like Yoda sensed in the Force that over 8 Jedi just got slaughtered by a Sith? But also during this time, Soul has a chance to actually say, hey, tell the Jedi, I sent a distress signal out and, we have a Sith on the loose, but he refuses to do it again. He has an opportunity to do it and then decides to jump into hyperspace to some random area instead. And also it doesn't make any sense because Soul can read minds, right? But for some reason he can't tell that Osha and May has swapped places and that May has infiltrated his ship. The inconsistencies in this writing is just crazy. It's beyond crazy. It's almost like they're just trying to walk along until they reach a certain point of the plot and then they start to act out that part. It's just weird. Now I'll talk about the only cool part about this episode to me, and that is the light whip. Yeah, we finally have a light whip in Star Wars canon, and I think that's pretty cool. I mean, other than that, that's literally the only cool part of the episode. I mean, not much else to say about it. I mean, it's just a light whip. I will be making a video on light whip lore, I guess, tomorrow, just in order to clarify, because I've seen a lot of people confused by it. I'll make a video on it tomorrow, just clarifying it and understanding the lore behind the light whip. It's been in Star Wars since 1985, but it was mainly in Legends. Now it's in canon. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. I would have to give this episode a 3 out of 10. This series is just racking up 3 out of 10s left and right. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day.
You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.